Police Department, Senator Frank Bloss Jr., who is a former cop, says GPD's credibility and trust now has to be regained by the public. KUAM's Adriana Cotero has more.
1 + 1 didn't equal 2. As a matter of fact, 1 + 1 here equaled, 0.3, or in this case, 0.08.
Although a blood alcohol level was never officially reported.
There was error on the part of the police officer in not conducting what I felt, what I believe, and based on now, a lot of the evidence presented in the magistrate's complaint, what should have been a standard procedure that wasn't followed.
It was on February 25th when 4 females were allegedly heavily drinking at a local bar. Receipts and surveillance footage from the bar show the females took 7 shots and had additional drinks before getting behind the wheel and slamming into Jerry Kitchen Restaurant into Mooning. Vice Chair of the Legislative Committee on Public Safety, Frank Bloss, says what's vitally missing is the field sobriety test.
When you have, what had transpired initially and now what we see today, it's very easy to say that there's a conspiracy in this.
A couple weeks after the incident, the Committee on Public Safety held an oversight with the Guam Police Department. Due to a conflict of interest, Chairman Pito Terlahi empowered Vice Chair Bloss to conduct the oversight regarding accusations of public corruption. Terlahi's son, former Department of Corrections Deputy Joey Terlahi, had been named multiple times in federal drug-related cases regarding these allegations. And it was also learned that one of the passengers was an off-duty cop who is related to Chair Pito Terlahi. During the oversight hearing, Bloss questioned the police chief Stephen Ignacio on the Jerry Kitchen case, where Ignacio publicly denied any conspiracy.
And a lot of it had to do with public concern, with regard to how this incident was handled. People themselves said it didn't look right, and so took it upon ourselves in the legislature to urge the police department to take a second look at this.
And as a result of that second look, 30-year-old Nikita Uggan has been charged with driving while impaired as a misdemeanor. Cover up or not, Bloss says somebody is going to have to take the fall for this.
I think there's enough eyes on this that, there's going to be no shortcuts here. With regard to consideration, I think it's the consideration of the integrity of the police department. That's at stake here.
Investigations by the Office of the Attorney General are ongoing. Meanwhile, GPD has launched an internal affairs administrative investigation. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Adriana Cotero.
In case you missed it, there's a new dog park that opened its gates earlier this year in Dededo, and the Department of Parks and Recreation is looking for residents to adopt it. Here's more. In October of last year, the Department of Parks and Recreation received federal funding to build a new dog park. The park was built across the street from the skate park in Dededo and was open to the public in March. Director Roki Alcantara said that they are seeking island residents to participate in the Adopt a Park program.
We've been trying to get owners of dogs or a pet shop that can that wants to adopt that park, to maintain it and take care of it. So, but in the meantime, we're maintaining it.
Adopt a Park is a DPR Historic Resource Division program that allows community volunteers to assist in the care and maintenance of village parks, playgrounds, and open space areas. The program maximizes our community's resources with a focus on protecting our outdoor facilities. Local businesses, individuals, schools, church groups, service clubs, youth groups, scouts, local and federal government agencies can adopt the park. Organizations, businesses, and volunteers who step up to the plate to maintain the park can paint benches, buildings, fences, plant flowers, vegetables, and maintain landscape areas. Alcantara said adopting the park is free and is as easy as picking up an application at their office in Paseo. He added that the park has had a lot of attraction since it opened up in March. For more details, you can call them at 475-6133 or 475-6288. He allegedly terrorized a woman with a knife. Police officers were later able to locate Adson Warren and arrest him. On May 25th, police responded to a complaint in Manila where a victim alleged Warren pulled out a knife and began threatening her. Warren also allegedly chased the victim and punched her in the mouth before she escaped from him. Warren then allegedly threw the knife at the victim and hit her on the shin. When he heard sirens, he fled. Police officers later found a woman matching Warren's description. When his bag was searched, police officers found a knife. He was charged with aggravated assault with a special allegation of a deadly weapon used in the commission of a felony, family violence, and terrorizing, as well as third-degree felonies. He also goes by several other names, including Rotik Murutak. 34-year-old Justin Joseph Duenas Castro was arrested and charged with family violence as a misdemeanor. According to court documents, police responded to a home in Manila where a victim alleged Castro pushed her down, got on top of her in a grappling or wrestling manner. The victim said 3 minors pushed Castro off the victim before he fled. The victim complained of pain in her finger. 2 days later, police returned to the home where the victim said she had gotten into a verbal fight with Castro. Police also noted the victim was wearing a brace because her finger was broken. A roach infestation and more than a dozen other health code infractions have forced the Fat Boy Slim food truck to shut down. A sanitary inspection report from the Department of Public Health and Social Services Division of Environmental Health from May 17th to the 23rd states the food truck received a D grade and had its sanitary permit suspended. Some of the other issues noted in the report included the lack of a manager present, the lack of proper hand washing and equipment, food not meeting temperature, and garbage not properly disposed of. In this story, those left unemployed or underemployed as a result of the COVID pandemic can develop an upcoming information technology boot camp hosted by the Guam Community College. Jonah Goncharfris has more on this great opportunity.
Information technology is a fast-growing demand in the telecommunications industry. Denise Mendiola, Assistant Director for Continuing Education and Workforce Development for the Guam Community College, says the college will be hosting its first IT boot camp.
This industry is something that they don't have enough skilled employees in this industry. Mm-hmm. So the idea is to be able to build the capacity in the information technology and telecommunications field.
From June 7th through June 25th, 12 qualified applicants will receive hands-on training in specific areas, such as creating remote access VPN, implementing IPS, and understanding the difference between routed and transparent firewalls, which were selected by the GCC instructors.
This was based also on what the needs are of the employers. And so after they had discussions on what the employer needed and then what the instructors were able to produce, they were able to come up with this list. And these are all Cisco applications. So this is a high level, pretty, Cisco is well known. So it's a good quality program.
The IT Boot Camp will be a 15-day intensive training program. But upon completion, participants will have the opportunity to apply for IT positions with the island's telecommunication companies. Mendiola adds they will also earn 5 college credits and be eligible to earn national recognized certifications.
The first week will focus on work ethic, which is really important. And so we're going to start off with work ethic, and then we're going to go into work keys, where they're going to be able to take a work keys assessment and earn a certificate, what we call an NCRC certificate. So that would be the first week. And then after that, they go into the core classes.
Along with being unemployed or underemployed, applicants must be at least 18 years old, provide a high school diploma or equivalent, and complete a health clearance. If you are interested, you are asked to call 735-5627 or email workforce@guamcc.edu. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonah Goncharfris.
National Safe Boating Week recently concluded with a virtual proclamation signing held on Thursday. Taking part in the ceremony were representatives from the U.S. Coast Guard and its federal, state, and local partners. Captain Christopher Chase, commander for U.S. Coast Guard Sector Guam, stresses the importance of life jackets, saying the vast majority of accidents are caused by human error or poor judgment and not by the boat, equipment, or environmental factors. He says, "I like to think of all the life jacket as the seatbelt of the boat. If you wear it, you have a higher chance of surviving if bad things should happen and getting home to your families." National Safe Boating Week also signifies the start of a year-round effort to promote safe boating on island. Before we head into the break, the KUAM Care Force would like to thank all the families, businesses, and organizations who donated to our Mamas and Nennies drive. Throughout the month of May, KUAM partnered with the Salvation Army and Still Athletics, accepting donations of diapers, formula, baby food, infant toiletries, and other baby items to benefit the most precious and most vulnerable in our community. On Friday, members of the Rotary Club of Northern Guam stopped by to drop off baby food and formula, and later the afternoon, Ambrose Incorporated made a huge donation of Huggies, Infamil, and feminine hygiene products. Again, Cesar Smaasi to everyone for their generous contributions. Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we have national headlines, and still to come, Dave Delgado with a look at sports.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Half a day. As we look ahead to a brighter tomorrow, Matson's commitment to Guam and Micronesia remains stronger than ever. While the world around us is ever-changing, what remains unchanged is our commitment to you, our customers, and the island communities we serve. Shipping is what we do best, and serving our community is at the heart of everything we do. But we don't do it alone. This is why we support organizations that make caring for the people and the environment a top priority. We know that many count on Matson's lifeline services in the Pacific, and that's why we continue to work hard to ensure that our shipments remain on time all the time. Matson recently added another Aloha-class vessel to our schedule. We now have two of Matson's largest and fastest ships serving Guam from the U.S. West Coast and Hawaii. With our new state-of-the-art vessels, we stand ready to support the region's economic recovery. Thank you for the privilege of serving you for the last 25 years, and you can count on Matson to be here for the next 25 years and beyond.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Welcome back. As millions of Americans head off for their Memorial Day celebrations, many will be dropping their mask. States are loosening restrictions as vaccination numbers continue to rise. And as Bradley Blackburn reports, governors are getting creative on how to tempt more people to get their shots.
Ohio Governor Mike DeWine introduced the 22-year-old winner of the Vaccination lottery.
I think it was a great idea. Just hearing the numbers of how many people signed up just because of this Vaccination idea.
Ohio is one of several states using lotteries as an incentive for people to get their COVID-19 shots. In Minnesota, the governor announced giveaways including tickets to the state fair and fishing licenses, hoping to get 70% of the state vaccinated by July.
Take advantage of the incentives that we're offering. Get out and explore Minnesota.
Half of the U.S. adult population is fully vaccinated, but demand is slowing, with a nearly 20% drop in average daily shots since early May. In Missouri, Pastor William Bird Jr. says members of his community have doubts.
He says, hey, it's just not enough information for me to inject something in my body, and I don't know what it is.
First Lady Jill Biden is hoping to persuade the hesitant, highlighting the vaccination effort at community colleges.
The vaccine is safe and effective, and it saves lives.
Here in New York, the mayor says the city is in the midst of an extraordinary comeback after delivering more than 8 million doses of vaccine.
Just think about that for a moment. That is an astounding figure. By far the biggest vaccination effort in the history of New York City.
More states are loosening mask mandates each day, but health officials continue to caution those who are not vaccinated should still mask up and play it safe until the pandemic is in full retreat. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
With regional headlines, here's KSBN 2 News.
Half a day, Zantiro, Guam. Here's what's making headlines in the CNMI. Chief Judge Ramona Manglonia issued a decision and order entering $5.9 million default judgment in favor of 7 Chinese workers. These workers were subjected to forced labor by Imperial Pacific International. The court describes IPI's mistreatment of the workers as appalling and noted that IPI was the driving force behind these egregious conditions faced by the plaintiffs. These 7 workers paid high recruitment fees to come to Saipan from China based on the false promises of high wages and good conditions. When they arrived, they worked 12 hours in a day without rest or break, and sometimes even a 24-hour shift. They were underpaid and sometimes not even paid at all. They housed in unsanitary dormitories with many rats crawling all over. Instead of going through the proper process of getting a work visa, they were arranged to enter Saipan as tourists. IPI officials took away their passports and told them to hide during government inspections. They weren't even taken to the hospital when injured. The court's judgment awarded $2.95 million in compensatory damages to the 7 plaintiffs, and an additional $2.95 million in punitive damages. Another $300,000 was awarded in pain and suffering to 6 of the former workers, while 1 was given $400,000. This individual's leg was burned by flames and hasn't been able to work since. The 7 Chinese workers are represented by Haran Haluga, who is based in New York, and Bruce Berlin, based in Saipan. At about 4 a.m. Tuesday morning, the CNMI Department of Public Safety received a call regarding a distressed vessel 5 miles south of Sarigan Island. Officers from DPS Boating Safety Section stated they noticed a vessel's bow above water with 3 fishermen holding onto the vessel. Officers helped bring the fishermen on board a Saipan cargo ship, namely APL, for medical attention. APL arrived at Saipan at 3 p.m. All 3 fishermen stated they were okay and did not have any injuries. According to the operator of the vessel, he and 2 friends left Saipan on Sunday morning to go night fishing at 171 Reef. The operator noticed after quite some time that the vessel was taking in a lot of water, and within a minute, the vessel began to capsize. The operator grabbed the satellite phone and called a friend to inform him of the situation. That friend then called the police. DPS Boating Safety reminds boaters to call their office for a complete list of safety equipment required on board. Boaters are also encouraged to call into Channel 16 on your VHF radio when you need help. For more news, please visit saipantv.com. For KSPN2, I'm Sally Limas.
Stick with us. Dave Delgado with sports up next.
With Prism Home Wi-Fi, I'm not just getting smart Wi-Fi that adapts and delivers consistent speeds that cater to my lifestyle needs.
I'm getting peace of mind with real-time online security that monitors every device on my network. Parental controls with the ability to filter age-appropriate content for my child. And with HomePass, I have full control over my network and so much more. Experience Wi-Fi and beyond with Prism Home Wi-Fi, powered by Plume HomePass from GTA.
There will come a time when people talk about how Hyundai makes the best car on the road. Now seems about right. The technologically advanced Hyundai Elantra is the 2021 North American Car of the Year.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
This year's Easter Boys baseball title game went down to the very last at bat. Notre Dame led 5-3 in the top of the 10th inning. League MVP Ashton Tatau reached third off a bad throw to first and a pass ball to home plate. Jace Gumatau draws a walk and gets to first, putting runners on the corners. For G-Dub, CJ Tenorio also drew a walk and loaded the bases for Joaquin Lujan. With 2 outs, Lujan hit a single to score a run. Gecko still trailing 5-4. Bases loaded again, full count for Aiden Gumatau. Infield playing short, Gumatau rips a shot over the left fielder's head, scoring 2 runs for the come-from-behind win.
Honestly, my coach just said all heart, and I had to be there for my team. I wasn't doing well in the beginning, but I know I had to be there for my team.
So proud of them. They worked super hard from the beginning till tonight, and I'm really proud of them, especially the seniors. They're awesome, man. These guys deserve it. They work super hard.
Our team just had to keep our head in the game and pick each other up, and
Just our sticks had to come in the last inning, and everyone was stroking. Everyone came ready to play. Feels amazing for my seniors. I know they love it, and for my boy, Jeremiah Sablon, that couldn't be here. He earned it too.
The JFK Islanders boys and girls paddling team took first in the 1 mile distance race at this year's ESA Paddling Championships. JFK closed out this year's season with a strong finish at Matapang Beach. Sotero boys 1 mile race, JFK first at 11:14. FD came in second at 11:30. Simon Sanchez in third at 11:49. Sotero girls 1 mile, JFK placed first at 12:58. Simon Sanchez came in second at 13:08. Teason High was third at 13:17. Mixed 1 mile race, JFK taking first overall at 11:56. Simon Sanchez came in second at 12:32.43. Ukudu rounded off third at 12:32.72. Sotero half mile race, FD placed first at 5:23. JFK came in second at 5:31. Ukudu was third at 5:49. Sotero half mile race, JFK's girls came in first at 6:14. Teason High was second at 6:30.30. Simon Sanchez was third at 6:30.92. Mixed half mile race, Simon Sanchez was first overall at 5:49. JFK second at 5:54. Ukudu was third at 6 minutes. The Islanders took advantage of having home field against Ukudu, winning this year's ESA boys title 6-0 over the Bulldogs. Taylor Bonner started the scoring in the 21st minute off an assist from Noah Mueller. Noah Mueller with the perfect pass, making sure he wasn't offsides, checking the ref as he made his way towards the goal. Nice little tap in by Mueller for the 2-0 lead. Shout out to the homies for supporting. Corner kick, Bonner fighting for position, gets in and seals the deal with the header. Taylor helping himself to the ball. Don't mind if I do. Bonner resets the ball at midfield after the celebration. Emilio Babauta takes the penalty kick. Initial shot was blocked, but Babauta, with the heads-up play, follows up and hits the shot on the second attempt. Caden Rivera with the beautiful feed to Christian Quito, who takes this shot after the ball bounced off an Ukudu defender. Quito answers a few minutes later with his second goal of the match. I have to show the play from beginning to end. Quito like Debo out there, flying by defenders on his way to the Bulldogs side of the field. He shows his accuracy and ball control, scoring the last point of the match in the 79th minute.
All the hard work that we had to put into practice, into training, put it into the games. We train how we play, and we play hard. And that's how we always win our games. This trophy is my baby.
It feels wonderful to walk away my last year of high school with the championship. All of our boys wanted this year. Despite the numbers that came out this year, all of us worked really hard, and we just took the champ.
When I first started playing soccer and football in general, I always taught it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So once I missed it, I kept my head up and went for the second. Second effort counts, third effort counts always.
In the beginning of the game, we were playing to their pace and playing very slow and sloppy. Like I said, towards the end, we started to pick it up and play our way, and we finished off with a win.
The 2021 ESA track season came to an end with athletes stepping onto the podium for their accomplishments. Let's recap some of the event winners, starting with the women's 100-meter hurdles. Taya Mendiola from Simon Sanchez was first at 18.1. Maria Calvo from JFK was second at 18.83. Kieran Abad from Ukudu was third at 19.06. Men's 110-meter hurdles, JFK's Jovan Pineda was first at 16.09. Giancarlo Hemerlin from Guam High was second at 17.90. Xander Duenas from Teason High was third at 18.23. Men's long jump, Jalen Thatch from Guam High was first at 5.72 meters. Second place was Trevon Jacobs at 5.61 meters, representing Guam High. Jovan Pineda from JFK took third at 5.51 meters. Women's 100-meter race, first place Kaylee Guerrero from Guam High at 14.03. Second place was Megan Shepard from Guam High at 14.25. Third place was Sadie Tamanda from Simon Sanchez at 14.35. Men's 100 meters, was a clean sweep by Guam High. First place, Andre Johnson at 11.7. Aaron Johnson was second at 11.9. Third place was Jalen Thatch at 12 seconds.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
While we've all been through a lot over the years, typhoons, earthquakes, and now COVID-19, we've been able to get through these together.
For more than 80 years, Travelers Insurance has been protecting your homes, your businesses,
And the health of your family.
We are here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
There are better days ahead. Tomorrow's a new day filled with hope and choices.
The possibilities of what we can achieve together are limitless.
Let's continue to work together to ensure a brighter tomorrow for all of us.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happy 8th birthday going out to Marcus. Happy birthday going out to Koa Zane Pareto. Happy birthday going out to John Anthony. We also have William Pareto Jr. on the birthday list. Happy birthday going out to Erica Solis Opana. Happy birthday going out to Bridget Nicole Magolia. And we also have Josine Maria Kittichai, also known as JoJo, going out to you. Happy 13th birthday. Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery birthday shout-outs by registering online at KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo, your name, and birthday. That's all the news we have. Thanks for watching. Good night.